healing your inner self, and we will connect to Anastasia's teaching, her story, her message, her ideas, which we can implement in our daily life to live and lead our life peacefully, happily. So we will see the continuation of yesterday's messages. So yesterday we saw that the author of this book, Vladimir, and two old men were discussing about the benefits of the cedar tree. Now, the old man says that cedar trees are really a powerful trees. It has a lot of healing properties. And after leading the life when the cedar tree nears about 550 years ago, once it reaches that level of age, then it starts communicating with the human beings so that that cedar tree can give all the energy which has stored in the last 500 years. So it starts communicating with the human beings and it wants to share all that energies which is stored in that each wood pieces, each leaves, everything. So they gave a welcome sign for good purposes, for their healing purposes. So now that tree, it radiates some ringing sounds. So for that reason, it has named as ringing cedar trees. So after completion of 500 years or 550 years, for the next 3 years, that cedar tree radiates a vibrating ringing sound for the next 3 years so that people can come and cut down the tree and get a lot of healing benefits, and it can help them heal their illness, whatever health issues they are facing. So in case if somebody is not able to access that tree, it has been not utilized for the 3 years, even after constant welcoming ringing music from the tree, that vibration. After 3 years, it automatically destroys itself by burning it within. And that burning process of that tree, that ringing cedar tree, will continue for the next 27 years to destroy all that cosmic energy and all the energy which is stored. So it is very important that after 500 years completion, that energy whichever is stored in that tree has to be used for the benefit of the mankind. So recently these two old men saw a tree which is radiating that ringing vibration, and they want to utilize that cedar tree, and for that reason they are asking the Latimer's help so that their team members can cut down that big tree, and they themselves get benefit from that tree. So according to their estimation, it was nearly for 2 years that particular tree was radiating that ringing vibrations, and only 1 year is left, and within that 1 year that tree has to be cut down and it should be used for that humankind, mankind's benefit. So now the crew, the Vladimir and their team members were ready to leave, and they were waiting for the captain, the businessman Vladimir. So now, even though the benefits were huge, everything was good, but Vladimir was a modern day person. He was not aware of the cedar benefits and other benefits. It was very, very mystical and it was not unreal. So, because of that reason, the Vladimir said goodbye to the strange old men and went on to continue his business journey with other cities and next. So after what happened? Because Vladimir knows that it is very, very impossible to fulfill their request. To cut down the tree, it requires a 50 men, and along with that, it takes 3 days to cut down the trees. So there is a lot of time cost, and the labor cost is huge. So also they were not aware of the benefits and many things. So they just went on to continue their trips. So the next day, after completing the meeting, the next day they were discussing about a business. They were in a meeting. Suddenly, this Vladimir, with their team members, he was noticing that one of their team members, her name is Lydia, she was wearing that Siddharth pendant, but he was not aware of that. So the Vladimir asked the team member Lydia that who gave you this pendant? She told that the two old men were at the end of the when we start the journey, they gave me this pendant as a gift. So whenever the Lydia she is wearing this pendant or feeling that pendant, she is feeling a huge energy. There is a different level of feeling and sensation all over her body. So which was very she was very happy wearing that pendant because it feels very different and unique, and there is a lot of energy in that. And then they continued their journey, and after arriving to their city, Vladimir fell sick. He was hospitalized for a fever and a lot of body pains. So he was hospitalized and he was admitted to a hospital room. There, after being sick, he was recollecting his memories, what happened and what they were discussing with the old man. It was very strange. All the information they were sharing was very mystical, magical, and superstitious. So, for a common man, it is very difficult to believe such stories, such great healing properties from a just a cedar tree. So, he was just recollecting those memories. So, as he was in hospital, he was thinking, okay, let me read some books on cedar. So, he requested his family members to give him some books regarding cedar, and then he started reading all those scriptures, old books where cedar tree is mentioned and their healing properties is being mentioned. So when he started reading all these books, he's comparing all the knowledge shared by that old man and given in the books, and they were all matching. In the books also they were saying that there are a lot of healing properties, magical properties in that cedar tree, same as what that old man was saying. So in the books, many books, it was written that it brings you a youthfulness. You become very young when we use that cedar in a different way by wearing the pendant, or if we eat the cedar nuts, and it improves the immune system power. It increases the physical body's uh, resistance against many diseases. If it protects us from many diseases, and there are a lot of other health benefits. So this one of her team member, Lydia, who was wearing that pendant, she is nearly 36 years old now. Her colleagues, friends and family members, they were noticing a different kind of change in her behavior, in her attitude, and many changes. She was more happy after wearing the pendant. So there are many benefits which was shared to Vladimir about Lydia. So also in some books, for example, there is a book called very religious book, Old Testament. So in that Old Testament also they were mentioning about cedar, that cedar is a very powerful tree. It has a lot of healing properties, and no other trees are that powerful when compared to cedar tree. So it is nearly very powerful in among all the trees and plants existing in the mother nature. So such type of readings he was reading in different books. So later, what happened after coming out of hospital, he was continuing his business journey. So there, while meeting a client in a business meeting, all of a sudden that client requested that he would buy cedar nuts from him. So he was really shocked. Then he realized that cedar nuts is being uh, is a there is a huge demand for cedar nuts from different people. So that client said confidently that he would definitely pay good price if he delivers a good fresh cedar nuts in huge quantity, and also he will give some personal benefits also. Now as a business person he was very excited that already he has convinced that cedar tree has a lot of healing properties by listening to the old man stories and reading books. And now he has also got a business deal where he should deliver the cedar nuts for his client. So there is also a business purpose and a personal reason attached to the next journey. So he was also confused that if it is so powerful, then why it was not shared to us for thousands of years? Why it is being hidden? And now in the modern day, we are spending millions and billions of dollars, rupees, and we buy Western medicines and we swallow them like crazy. So we use modern medicine so much that like chocolates, we eat them on daily basis, especially for people who are very sick. So if Cedar has that level of healing properties, why it has not been used? So a lot of questions were coming in his mind. So he decided to repeat that journey and meet these two old men again for business reason and for personal reason to test whether really the cedar tree has that level of benefits. Now, because of this new journey, his regular business got affected and some financial challenges came out of this few months of journey. So next we will see how this Vladimir Megre, the author, meets the master Anastasia. So continuing the journey to meet this two old men again, he was hoping to meet as soon as he reaches that place. So with the help of local people, once he reaches that place, he was inquiring about the two old men to guide him to that place where the ringing cedar tree is there. So he was walking nearby two houses. He was inquiring about the two old men, and there he notices a lonely woman. She was standing nearby. So he decided, okay, let me ask her about these two old men and where they were. Where is that ringing cedar tree? So this woman may know these things. So he went to near to that woman, and that woman was wearing a jacket as the climate was very cold there. But she was covering her face. Her forehead was covered, her neck was covered. So Vladimir was not able to see her face properly. And also it was very difficult to tell her age as her face was covered. Half of her face was covered. So he just gave a handshake and he was asking about last year he had a meeting with these two old men. They made a request about the cedar tree. He was just recollecting the story and was asking about these two old men with that lady. So that lady responded that yes, they were my grandfather and my great grandfather. So they were the two old men who meted you last year, Vladimir. That was his response. So he was really shocked. This lady I was meeting her first time and she knows my name, that my name is Vladimir. They were really surprised because Vladimir was very sure that While discussing with the old man last year, he did not share his name. Now the lady is meeting first time, she knows her name. So he was really shocked, and he just gave a handshake and continued the conversation further. So later on, Anastasia suggested that she will show the cedar tree in the Siberian taiga forest, and for that we have to go for a walk for nearly 25 kilometers. So Vladimir first he said, is there any transportation available? But as it is a forest, there was no transportation, so he has to walk for nearly 25 kilometers to reach that place. So he was very much interested to see this ringing cedar tree, and as requested, Anastasia also said that she will definitely show him the ringing cedar tree. And later on, Vladimir was asking that whether he would tell more about this cedar tree. What are the benefits of cedar tree, the healing properties, and does she know everything about cedar tree? And will she share all these properties, all the benefits of cedar tree to him? So for that, Anastasia said that okay, I will share that knowledge, whatever I know about the cedar tree. Now let's go to that place. So while walking to that place in that journey, Anastasia told that their family members lived in the cedar forest for many, many generations. But she was not willing to share the idea of giving ringing cedar for many people. So he was surprised why we should not share the ringing cedar to a lot of people. It has a lot of benefits. So we should share to that to many people. So for that, Anastasia said that even a small piece of cedar tree, if it goes to a bad person, that would lead to a misuse, a wrong use of that cedar tree, and it will cause bad to other people. So for that reason, for avoiding the misusing or wrong usage of that cedar tree, it is very, very important to share only to good people who are spreading goodness everywhere. So for that reason, Anastasia was little bit hesitant to share to everybody. So for Anastasia, was very, very important that it should be shared only to good people or positive people who are helping themselves and helping others. And importantly, they are not harming the nature, harming others, who are leading the society in a very good way towards the light age. So he was really impressed with the Anastasia's response, her knowledge about many things, about things which we never know. And moreover, she was discussing a lot of modern day techniques, modern life, which she perfectly knows everything. He was really shocked being in the forest how she knows a lot of things about modern day life. As she told, she only visited a city in Russia for a 1 day only. But she was sharing the information which is there all over the world. Only if you experience the modern day living and you have visited many countries, you will have that experience and knowledge. But without that experience, she has all the knowledge of the modern day society. So Vladimir was really surprised by her knowledge, her wisdom. So later on, when she uncovered her face, Vladimir was really shocked to see a beautiful face in that lady. She was very young. She had a long golden hair. Her beauty was extraordinary. Vladimir never saw a beautiful lady like Anastasia. If Anastasia is competing against any beauty contest, she would definitely win, said Vladimir. She was full of energy. So Anastasia said that later on, are you feeling tired after the long walk? Do you want to have a rest? You can sit down on the grass and take a rest, she told to Vladimir. Then Vladimir closely looked at her face and he noticed that there is no cosmetics at all. Her skin was very, very perfect, very natural. And moreover, being in the forest in a very cold climatic condition, she was not at all feeling cold because it was very cold out there. And also, her hands were radiating golden light energies, and he could see that. So he was really impressed and surprised with the knowledge and wisdom and energies of Anastasia. And Vladimir asked whether how she is living alone in the forest as a lady. It is very difficult. For that, she said, I am nothing, I have no fear. I have nothing to be afraid of here. I live happily in the forest, she told. So Vladimir again asked, but how would you protect yourself if there are hunters coming to hunt any animals or if there are strangers coming? How would you protect yourself? For that, she just gave a smile and then the conversation continued. And Vladimir asked how it is possible that you are not feeling scared of anything or anybody, even wild animals. In forest, there are many wild animals. So for that, she did not reply anything and just gave a smile. And she told that, okay, let's continue our journey. You have a rest, and then we'll continue our journey to see the cedar tree.